I had a good life. It wasn't perfect, but what life is. I had a nice house, a hobby I loved, and recently started dating someone. Enjoyed my work well enough. I really couldn't complain, nor did I want to. I was happy. And then I did something I shouldn't have, something I was warned not to do. I did a ritual to create a window into an alternate dimension. At least, that's what it was supposed to be. The window turned out to not be a window, but a door. The alternate me was horrible. A psychopathic monster, like a dark reflection. She tried to step through the door and kill me. I got lucky and accidentally closed the portal, severing one of her arms. I burned the book that I got the ritual from and put the arm and the book's ashes in a trash bag, throwing it into a landfill. I'd hoped that would be the end of it, and that the worst was over. But it wasn't. It was only the beginning. And I soon learned that my world and the dark world were merging. It's been a few years since that incident, and now, my world is long gone, and I'm the only one who realizes it. It would be an understatement to say that it was difficult to deal with, but I threw myself into the deep part of this amalgamated world, and deeper into my art. I continued going out with Derek, who eventually moved in with me, bringing his cat, Hal, with him. Things were going amazing at first, but everything changed when Derek's brother, the one family he had left, was killed in a burglary gone wrong. Derek changed. He started working later and later. That's what he'd say, anyway. What he was really doing was going to the bar and drinking for hours and hours on end. One night, I was working on some art, not really satisfied, but trying to get it right, when Derek came stumbling into my workshop, clearly drunk. I don't remember what was said, but I remember that I had at one point asked him to stop drinking so much because it was getting to be too much. He didn't take it well and started screaming at me. At some point I snapped, and I don't even remember much of what happened after that. When I came to my senses, however, I stared in shock and horror at Derek struggling to breathe and gasping in pain, a paintbrush jammed into his throat. I quickly calmed down, however, as a plan formed in my mind. I knew how to save Derek, but I couldn't do that. If I did, he'd report me to the police. So I had to make sure he and everybody who might notice his disappearance would never be found. I first removed the paintbrush, collecting his blood into some empty paint jars that I had nearby. Some part of me was disgusted by the idea of using his blood for painting, but it was also kind of excited at the possibilities. I then began the process of butchering Derek's body. I had worked as an apprentice in a butcher's shop while in college, so I knew what to do. With the meat put in the freezer to be used in meals for me and the cat, that left me with just the bones, teeth, hair, and skin. I decided to use the skin for canvas. The bones would be turned into furniture, tools, and used in sculptures, as would the teeth. The hair would be used for brushes. From there, I lured Derek's friends, Mark, Jerry, Thomas, and Adam, to similar fates, one by one. After a while, I realized I would need more supplies. I started using dating apps again. When I connected with someone, if things went well, they'd eventually move in. I'd always tell them not to go in the basement. They always eventually did, however, thus becoming part of my supplies. If things didn't go well, I'd bring them home under the pretense of a one-night stand. I'd have a new date by next week, and the cycle would continue. However, something happened last week that would change everything. I was working in my workshop as usual when I heard a gasp. Startled, since nobody was supposed to be there, I turned around and was hit with major deja vu. What I saw was an alternate me looking back through my mirror, remembering what had happened to me and hatching an idea, I smiled and waved at my doppelganger, then went back to work. After a few minutes, I heard my voice scream, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Knowing it was time to act, I did my best to seem angry, picked up the knife and said, "Who the hell are you to talk to me like that?" As I got close, I reached my arm in, as if I was trying to stab her, and she fell and tripped on some candles, closing the portal on my hand. The pain was excruciating, beyond what I thought possible, but I laughed, knowing my goal was achieved. It's been a week since then, as stated, and my world is already rapidly fading, but I don't care. I'm honestly quite satisfied, even though I'm fading with everything else. After all, until I'm fully gone, I get to watch this world and the other become merged. Social media can be very unpredictable, especially regarding horror content. If this content gets removed, all new content will be simultaneously presented on various websites provided in the description to this video. Make sure to follow me in other digital spaces so that you never miss out on the terror. Also, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment and hit the like button. It helps the channel a lot. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what's here, consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Writing is a dream of mine, and it's all of you that make that dream come true.